Ciao a tutti, it's Arom and it's HC23 round 3. Let's just get into it. First up, we have me versus Extra Power, my good friend. Check out the podcast we made, but this time he played Geargias, so I was pretty annoyed. And because it's Geargias, I just crowed the breakthrough because what else am I gonna crow here? But he went in with like triple breakthrough skill in the main deck. I'm like, fuck you. You already have a good matchup. You don't need to do that. But here I don't remember exactly why I went for Ignition into Moraltech instead of Beagletuck. Like, I'm sure there was a good reason. I just forget what it is right now. Can't remember. But yeah, here we get hit with another fucking breaker skill, and that is pretty backbreaking here. Plus, pretty fucking dead draws. It's kind of funny because like I went into the tournament with 3 main deck Maxi, 3 main deck DD Crow, which if you're new to the format, you would think is because I expect a lot of combo. I didn't expect to see any kind of combo. I didn't see any kind of combo. Nobody brought any kind of combo. And if it wasn't for the fact that half the people played the Geargias, and if it was more like 33% at 33% Geargia, 30% Merman like HC22 and 22 was, which like 75% of the people brought the tier 1 decks, and then what was I saying? Yeah, a third of them played the Geargia, a third of playing the Then in that case, that would have been a pretty solid pick here, because otherwise the only thing I can do here to counter Geargias in the main deck, besides like maining Compulso, which is kind of better than Breakthrough Crow, would be to main deck Blackhorn, which is terrible versus At and Mermos. So I don't know. But yeah, one game 2 I was kind of distracted by speaking, but I got I drew like double Nobleman, so that won me the game here. Here I open a pretty reliant on not getting interrupted hand. I don't remember why I didn't set the second Moraltech exactly, frankly. I probably could have played this better. I wasn't really thinking about them adding Cycle Reader. I probably could have played that better. Maybe, I don't know. After the match, after I dropped out, Extra was like, you should have played with the Constellars because you play Constellars better than you play Cat. And I'm like, not really. I'm just because I'm the best Constellar player doesn't mean I'm better at Constellar than I'm at playing Cat. It's just that there's better people playing Cat than there are people playing Constellars. Yeah, anyways, this is Ultra Plant versus Celsius, so Spellbook versus Geargias. He opens with Justice versus not too much resistance, but he has Wisdom for the breakthrough. So yeah, it seems like a pretty good spot. He goes for popping the back rows instead of armor. He has breakthrough, but he has Wisdom. It's power. Goes for power on armor. I'm not sure whether. I guess yeah. If you're prioritizing taking out the back rows, it's the correct play. If you're prioritizing taking out the getting big damage in, it's fine because like in this game state, Celsius doesn't have a field graveyard, so Soul Charge isn't super threatening. So I feel like that is a safe play to just prioritize card advantage over damage. Interestingly, he has an empty graveyard to use for Crescent. Yeah, you know, this is a good example of why spellbooks have a good matchup versus Gyrias. You know, they have Priestess, they have Fate to destroy armor. They can even run over armor with Power into Master. But you know, especially important is that you know, Kirigar relies on their back rows, and you know, with spellbooks you have Wisdom, which just kind of invalidates most trap cards. You know, besides Sanctum, Call of the Haunted, which you know, Celsius is interestingly is playing Call of the Haunted here. Not the first time he plays it, but you know, it's kind of a new thing to play Call of the Haunted in Gyrias. I guess people did it in 2014, probably some people, but you know, I hadn't seen it done before Celsius, at least not in pure Gyrias. You know, it's more common in Gyria Karakuri, but you know, that kind of goes without saying, I think. You know, yeah, there's also the fact that Priestess is bigger than Gyria and Tex. And Justice also can run over it with and also Blue Boy with power. Blue Boy needs power and Master still. And you know, Gyria does run a lot of traps which are dead, so that really does not help versus it. But you know, if Gyrias can establish a foothold, they can win the damage race much better than Spellbooks. So you know, it's not an unwinnable matchup. Still definitely a tough one for Gyrias. Which is why tomorrow there's Exit on Elimination, and I wanted to bring Spellbooks to get revenge on fucking Gyrias. I'm pissed. But you know, if you've seen my learning to read video, which you totally should check it out, it's one of my funniest videos. But you know, if you couldn't tell from there, I learned even more so through testing that I cannot play spellbooks for the life of me. Yeah, here we have Samo Postino also on spellbooks versus Indicat also on Gyrias. So let's see if this is a repeat. But you know, I really suck at spellbooks, so I decided that like one of the goals that I might consider making for myself is topping with every good deck, which would require me learning every top deck, which is kind of the point of doing that. And you know, interesting that he warning the Firehand. But anyways, you know, kind of the main thing is I just don't know how to play spellbooks. I fucking suck at it, so I'm gonna bring something else that kills the Gyrias. Cause fuck Gyrias. Fuck Gyria, all my homies hate Gyria. Anyways. No, I mean, frankly, I think it keeps the format more balanced. So yeah, I think it's fine in the format. I just don't particularly enjoy playing versus it because most of the time I'm playing an artifact deck, so kind of suck versus it. You know, I have my biases. But, you know, it is a lot more fun when I'm playing a rank 4 deck because I'm playing double Exiton most of the time. Anyways, Syndicate sided in the bank, which is correct. We see Samo sided in MST, which is probably correct too, maybe. It's not the best. It's not the absolute best thing you can side in versus Gyrias, you know, especially for playing spellbooks. But you know, it's fine. It's not like you need to dedicate like particular side deck attention to Gyrias when you're playing spellbooks. You don't need to be playing fucking Black Horns, I think, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and people do, but you know, it's not the first thing I would consider playing in Spellbook, since you already have a pretty good matchup. But you know, maybe Nobleman would be fine, because you know, you only really get rid of the set armor when you're going second if you have a really good hand. So you know, it's kind of an RPS matchup, but Georgia's going second with a great opening hand are a lot weaker than Spellbooks going second with a really great opening hand. So you know, it's an RPS matchup, but it's definitely in Spellbooks' favor, especially since you know, also when Georgias are going first, they're not as well positioned as Spellbooks going first. But you know, I would probably say that Georgias win most of the time when going first versus Spellbooks, but I don't have the statistics on that, unfortunately. You know, I do have some statistics on the matchup overall, but not in regards to who goes first and second. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of coding expertise or access to the Dueling Book API. To be honest, I could probably get, frankly, but you know. The fuck happened here? We have our Falco's Fairies versus Jesuit Mermels. Goes for big old moral attack on Blind, and he gets even hit by Max C. That is really bad, frankly. Honest plus Kagetokage into Dweller. That is certainly one of the plays of all time. Especially since it gets negated by Breaker Skill twice. That sucks. That is a decently timed moral attack, though. However, setting a Lind when you already have face-up Lind is kind of stupid, because Lind is hard draws per turn. So I don't know why they did that. Of course, we have the Air Falco special Dark Bribe in the main deck. And Tribute Summon Archlord Christia, oh my fucking god! Christia plus Dark Bribe, holy shit. Plus the Necro in hand for the breakthrough skill if he has it. Oh my god. He draws into Torrential, that's unfortunate, but Air Falco draws into MST, oh my god. Air Falco, guys. Air Falco. Anyways, we see set Artemis versus with 2 set counter traps. What the fuck is going on in this game? Huh? The fuck is going on? I don't get it. Oh, hard tap for the +1. Warning for. Oh my god. Even Maxi. Holy fuck. He has light imprisoning. I think he can activate it though. Why didn't he activate it? Kinda confused. Not right now. Well, that is the slowest play this out ever. In this case, probably more like a Christia out. And it's negated by Crow, and you know, it could have been negated by Herald too. So, you know, that was a very desperate play. But you know, Light Imprisoning Mirror does I think does negate. No, it doesn't negate Christia. Negates activated effects. So yeah, Doesn't negate Crystal's Floodgate, does negate Playdist though. Doesn't negate Herald or Honest. So that is interesting. You can probably figure out a way to loop Light Imprisoning Mirror and Jalen Duo, like with Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon. That would be hilarious. Not in Hat, but you know. Later with Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon. Anyways, we have Alex Sargent versus Nayutsa. Alex Sargent is supposed to be Alex Daman. Alex Daman, yeah, versus Maloche opening both spells. Plus Palooza, haha. And weirdly enough, I guess it makes sense not to go for the combo on turn 1, since, you know, what are you really gonna make? Yes, fucking full hand. Palooza being basically soul charge for Maloches. Sorry. Sorry. Anyways, we see Moraltech and TTHN being kind enough to stop a full Madolche combo, which is a bit embarrassing. But you know, like Nayusa is still on the advantage, but you know, could have been better. It's kind of embarrassing that Moraltech did so much to his combo. Pretty good Dark Hole here. Set Dionia out of desperation, but he has still Moraltech, and he pops the ticket, which makes sense. And having said that, Dionia kinda bit him in the ass quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I wonder how the game would have gone if he hadn't set the Dionia. Anyways, turn 1 Karkar, very good, very good. But Nayutsa has the DT Crow, which you know, always very strong in Madolches. Kinda have to expect it even game 1. You know, it's not guaranteed that it is there, but you know, there's a pretty good chance that Madolche is playing DD Crow in the main deck, so yeah. Karkar duality combo, the best combo in the game, except you know, it's missing Thunder Seahorse and cards from the sky. Obviously, you know, you want that max no special summon this turn synergy. But here we see normal summon Magdalene. And you know, pretty skillful playing you know, how to use the artifact effects. And I'm going in you know, Chainlink 1, Big Attack, Chainlink 2, Ignition. I don't remember why it's good, but you know, I'm sure I will be able to tell you if you ask me. Right now it's probably you know, I kind of suck at paying attention if I'm going to get fast forward speed, especially since I'm not in the best condition. But you know, I probably won't be able to record during the weekend, so I'm kind of getting this out before, because I am not known to have a very good work ethic. So you know, I'm kind of forcing myself right now. Illusion Shutter. But yeah, I'm still behind schedule, but you know, I kind of wanna avoid being too behind schedule. You know, I wanna avoid embarrassment, basically. But we see that Nayutsa is also playing artifacts here. Not well, we've seen it also game 1, but you know, wasn't too relevant. But you know, he's playing hands and artifacts, which, you know, it's kind of the main reason why both the reason why Madolches are pretty good, and also the reason why Madolches are not solved. That you can play pretty much anything in Madolches, and and it does work. You know, you can play hands, artifacts, trap trickses, ghost tricks, TGs. More on the niche side, you have car, psychics, light sworns. The format library special light sworn dolces. Anyways, we have Rasta Ninja, who is Tegalik. We have Tegalik versus Molson Canadian. No, that's Dennis the Menace. That's Dennis the Menace versus Molson. Molson on Gravekeeper artifacts. Dennis on Girga Karakuri. And you know, I'm starting to wonder if Myrmileo is the best slot in the main deck over hands, because you know, hands are not great in every matchup, but when they are great, they are better, and they are good in pretty much every matchup at least. And you know, you don't have to side them. Like you have a room in the you have more room in the side deck. But you know, at the same time, kind of Gravekeepers, they cannot side a lot of stuff. They cannot side Crow. They cannot side the bank. A lot of stuff that you will generally side. Nobleman. Okay, no, yeah, you can definitely side Nobleman. Yeah, you kind of get my point, I think. Ooh, very very well timed the Macrocosmos. But you know, like the fact that he brings in hands versus Gyugias, like that tells me that the hands are probably main deck material, in my opinion, in Gravekeeper artifacts. Because like obviously you want them versus artifacts. You want them. He is bringing them in versus Gyugias. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know, he's doing it. He's that kind of. So versus Mermels, you know, you don't want Spy to get marksman. So you know, hands are fine versus Gyugias. You know, obviously it sucks versus spellbooks, but you have a pretty amazing spellbook matchup, I think. Bujins, okay, kind of sucks versus Bujins, but you already have an auto-win matchup versus Bujins. Beefy Crullers, same thing. Hands kind of suck versus Mythics, but you already have an auto-win matchup versus Mythics. And you know, it can come up. They can come up. At least you have a very strong matchup versus Mythics, unless they combo turn 1. Anyways, just my thoughts. You know, at the end of the day, it's Molson's deck, and he knows how to play it a lot better than me. I know because I brought Cryptkeeper artifacts to last Exit on Elimination and did horribly with them. I didn't test them at all, but you know, I didn't expect to need to test, and you know, frankly, I did need to test. There's a lot of stuff I missed, and you know, when it came down to setting for the mirror match, frankly, you could make a university thesis on siding in the Gravekeeper artifact mirror match. It's that deep. Like, it's kind of absurd. Tell me if you want to see it in another video, but you know, it's like there's so many layers to siding in that mirror match. But anyways, we have here Yomero versus I think it's James Ark. Yes. Gyugias versus Murmels. It's probably, you know, obviously it's in Murmel's favor, but you know, Gyugias could always pull this off. Let's see. You know, the fact that James Ark is maining Diddy Crow, which I'm happy to see, because I was one of the first people to do that, I think. But you know, in this situation, is not very good. But you know, at the same time, it's one of the reasons why I would elect to play Crow in Girgia in Merles, is because you know, it sucks versus Girgia and only Girgia, and in every other matchup is good. And you know, you already have an amazing Girgia matchup, so it's fine. But you know, James is kind of getting pummeled a little bit here. You know, here having Turge would have been really fucking nice. Did he already use it? No, he's not. He's not even playing it. Kind of weird when he's playing Osia. You would expect to play Turge. You know, I will definitely play Turge if I played Osia. Anyways, here he drew MST for the Macrocosmos. It's very nice. But he does, Yamato does have Gergegero, so game is definitely up in the air. It's interesting that he searched Osia, but you know it makes sense, kinda, because you know next turn he can kinda go off, but at the same time he does have lead, so. But you know at the same time he's probably gonna get out one of the cards. But in this situation, you know both got outed, and he got saved by top deck Soul Charge. I think maybe I had it already, but I don't think so. But you know otherwise Undyne would have been better here. Very interesting play here. Crashing Gigantex to get more follow-up in Arsenal. Not sure whether I would have done it myself though. But here he top decks a very clutch Dark Hole and pulls out kinda the win at the ass here. That was for the chess. He's playing Dragon Ice too, which is, you know, he's playing all of the tech, all of the spices here. He's got Dragon Ice, he's got Osia, he's got Didicro in the main deck. I don't think we've seen Undyne though yet, so at least not this match. So kind of interesting. Am I thinking like, is he not playing Undyne? That can't be right, right? Very nice Firehand top deck here. Yeah, that was GG. Yomaro won that. Game 2 was kinda hard to describe. You have to see it to believe it. But yeah, last match we have Tegalik versus Raminator. Tegalik on Artifact on Cat and Raminator on Hat. I'm getting deja vu here. So you know, obviously Raminator is kinda in the advantage. Not really, because you know, going first and opening Karkar. Tegalik's opening hand is kinda fucking nuts. Kinda. Not like 10 out of 10, but you know, Karkar plus Sanctum can't be a bad hand. But you know, at the same time, Ram does have hand, Murmileo, Dionia, pretty much the double Murmileo kind of sucks, but you know, he opens the Trap Tricks combo, which is you know, kind of rare, and he also opens hands which are, you know, amazing versus artifact decks. But you know, at the same time, count how many cards they have. He has 4, 5. Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now less, but you know, still. the advantage card in terms of card advantage, Tegalik is way above this, and yeah, he won because of that. You know, like all of those cards are great, but you know, you can't play them too fast. So you know, when you're playing an artifact mirror match, if you see the opponent having a lot of cards in your hand, you know, they're either DD Crows or too many normal summons, so you kind of want to play aggro but not play into DD Crow. That's kind of how you want to play the mirror match. You know, I generally try to play more passively in the mirror instead of like aggressively, which is what I do versus Gyrios and Mermels. But you know, this is definitely a situation where you want to go aggressive, but you know, also not playing to DD Crow. So. Like you definitely want to push for damage with Mortal-Tak. The Bunk coming in clutch, in very clutch. No top deck Dionia, top deck Murmillo, very strong. Very strong. You know, obviously not as strong as top deck Dionia, and you know, he has Dionia and he top decks another Dionia. What the fuck? Tribute sets bigger touch like a true Chad, but you know, he has the double Dionia. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't use that. We have both player opening Decro, and both players opening. Oh, only Tegalik opening an artifact combo. Ram doesn't. Oh no, he does have double ignition. Never mind. Can still combo off. So frankly, setting the ignition here is gonna bite him in the ass, I think. Because he doesn't have any more targets. But never mind, right, he has DD Crow, so it's fine. I personally would have just popped the Mortal-Tak that I knew was there. But you know, at the same time, he doesn't have anything too important to pop with Sanctum, so could definitely be a play here. And the replay crashed. Great. I was hoping to get a game without a crash this time, but never mind. As if that's ever gonna happen. I'll just pause the video. Right, hopefully this isn't too far back down, but I don't think it is. Oh, he had Call of the Haunted set, so because he didn't have Mortal-Tak in graveyard with Sanctum effect, he popped his own Mortal-Tak, also to avoid triggering his opponent's Tegalik's Mortal-Tak. That was kind of a big brain move, you know, obviously a desperation move, but still interesting play nonetheless. But yeah, that's it from me. Leave a like, join Discord, leave a comment, subscribe, ring bell, all that good shit. Thank you.